Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Entitled Parents Reddit video. In our first story, a short time does not mean you can go on a cruise. Let's jump right in. It was about 10 years ago when I was married to my second and last wife, now ex-wife. I was a chef and my ex worked retail. We weren't rich, but we were doing well for ourselves. We each owned our own cars. We shared all the money equally because it didn't matter who made more than the other. We were married, so everything was equal. My ex wanted to take some classes, and instead of working her retail job, she planned to babysit for extra income, and I was all for it. If that's what made her happy, go for it. After she got settled with her classes, we put out ads for her babysitting side job. I know that what she was offering for the price she was asking was much lower than daycare by a lot, but she wasn't in it for the money, she just loves kids. She took on 3 kids, from a 4-year-old boy to an 8-year-old girl. The other was a 5-year-old girl if I remember correctly. All the kids were good and we had a large fenced-in backyard they could play in with lots of kids' toys. Snacks were provided by us. Most of the parents were friendly when they came in to pick up or drop off their kids. One mother, though, would come in and just say, "See you later," to her little girl, the 5-year-old, and walk away. No kiss, no I love you, nothing. My ex took in kids from 2:30 p.m. when the younger kids would get out of their respective schools. Kindergarten or preschool, not sure what it was called. Then from 3 p.m. for the older girl. Things seemed to be going well and my ex was happy. Then one Monday morning, not afternoon like the schedule said, the entitled mother dropped her daughter off. My ex was in classes, so the entitled mother was lucky it was my day off. I said I would watch her until my ex got back and then she would take over. The entitled mother just shrugged like it was nothing and set a duffel bag just inside the door. I had never been part of this childcare business except to talk to the kids and entertain them now and then, so I didn't know the drop-off and pick-up procedures. Then, like always, the mother just turned and walked away. When my ex got out of her classes and saw the girl, she asked where her mom or dad was. The little girl said, "Mommy is going away for a few days. She said I am staying here with you." Immediately, my ex started calling the girl's mother, only for it to go straight to voicemail. The entitled mother had a listing for another contact number under the name of Dad that went to voicemail as well. My ex watched all 3 kids as usual, and the parents of the other 2 kids came on time and left. This little girl usually got picked up at 6:30 p.m., but not that day. That time came and went, then 8:30, then it was close to 10 p.m. The entire time my ex was calling these numbers with the same results, nothing but voicemail. By this time, the little girl had fallen asleep, and so we put her in the spare room. Then my ex called the police to let them know what was going on, but she told them that we would keep the child with us for now until we reached the mother. After many tries to both numbers with no better results, I went onto Facebook and found this woman's profile. I was going to look for a family member or a contact we could call. As soon as the homepage came up, my jaw hit the floor. There was a picture of them on a cruise ship deck as it was leaving port. I called in my ex to see, and she was as flabbergasted as I was. Going through her friends list, I saw her mother. I contacted her mother to let her know what was happening and to tell her that someone had to come pick this girl up. We didn't sign up for this. Her mother told us she would be there as soon as she could. After close to 2 hours, the grandmother showed up to collect the little girl, but she wasn't alone. She brought the little girl's father along. By the way the girl squealed out, "Daddy!" then ran and hugged him, I knew it had been a while since they saw each other. We invited them in for coffee, and the grandmother told us the story. From what she told us, the entitled mother had ran off with some rich guy without telling anyone where she was going and had taken her daughter with her. The guy on the cruise ship with her was the man she ran off with, not her husband. Her husband called the police from our place and had them come out to us as proof of abandonment by the entitled mother. I showed the officer the Facebook photo dated just the night before. He got the father and grandmother to go with him to the police station to fill out the paperwork, but took our statements at our house. We signed them and they were gone. We didn't hear from the mother for the next 3 weeks and thought it was odd that she wouldn't call to go nuclear on us. Then, a couple of days later, we heard some excited banging on our door. When I opened the door, I saw the father beaming with joy, holding his daughter's hand. I invited them in and he filled us in on all the juicy details. The entitled mother made big money and the father was a stay-at-home dad. Throughout the last year they were together, she had been distancing herself from him. When he confronted her about it, she said he was delusional. One day, he drove to the store to pick up some odds and ends, but when he got home, she and his daughter were gone. All there was a note saying goodbye. It said he would never see either of them again. The police seemed useless. She had started an affair while they were still together. Around the same time, she started acting different, but he hadn't clued in. After she ran off, he took the note to her mother, who did everything she could to help, but her daughter was ignoring her too. The grandmother had even hired someone to find her daughter. It was just by chance we found them, and they couldn't believe their luck. The father told us that the mother had received some major and some minor criminal charges: child abduction, child endangerment, child abandonment, possession of a controlled substance, resisting arrest, and vehicle theft. I guess she rented a car at one airport and never left the keys with it, nor told anyone where she parked it because she wasn't answering her calls or texts. The reason for this? They left their phones home so they wouldn't be bothered on the trip. I don't remember all the charges, and I may have gotten one or more of these ones wrong too. But the father said he now has 100% custody of his daughter. The mother got in the area of 16 years in total. She was also ordered by the court to have zero contact indefinitely or until she finishes her jail time and extensive therapy. The father was also awarded the house and all assets because he didn't have an income or way to support his daughter, and through the marriage he had been a stay-at-home dad. He was also able to get money from the company that she worked for. They cashed out all stocks or whatever they were, and he got that money as well. The other man, the one she went on the cruise with, owned a smallish company with his wife. When this all came out, his wife started proceedings for a divorce, and since the company was started by her family and he didn't buy into it, it all went to her. She was also taking him to court for more things as well. In the end, he had nothing and his wife had it all. He wasn't charged with any of the wrongdoings because he wasn't there to drop the little girl off. My ex was sad to be losing such a sweet little girl, but they stayed in contact. As far as I know, they are still in contact. A little later, the dad got a job with the kitchen I worked in as a server. I didn't get him the job, he did that all himself. I only put in a good word with my boss. I am long gone from that place, but I heard that he is now a co-owner of the restaurant. I hope her cruise was worth it. This is John from /Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, then subscribe. And make sure you click on the notifications bell so that you actually get informed about my videos. We would love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.